My sister has always believed one thing with absolute certainty, that the world adored her. And maybe, for a long time, it did. Jenna had the kind of presence that made people turn and look bright smile. Perfect posture. The ability to charm a room without even trying. As for me, I learned early that my role was different. I wasn't the star. I wasn't even the understudy. I was the quiet one, the safe one. The one who held things together when Jenna made a mess big enough for all of us to drown in. So when she told people I was jealous of her, I didn't react. Not at first. She said it casually, the way someone comments on the weather. She said it with laughter, as if my entire personality could be summarized into one bitter flaw. And people believed her because it was easier to believe that I struggled with insecurity than to admit. Jenna had her own darkness hiding beneath the sparkle. It happened at our cousin's engagement dinner. The dining room was warm with fairy lights and soft music. The kind of celebration where everyone tries to look perfect, even if they aren't. Jenna arrived late, wearing a glittering gold dress that caught every bit of light in the room. People complimented her one after another. "You look stunning. That dress is everything." And she soaked in every word. I stood near the table arranging plates, trying not to bump into crowded conversations. Then my cousin Lily hugged Jenna and said, "Emily helped plan this whole setup. You'd be proud of her." That's when Jenna laughed, not a normal laugh. A tiny, sharp, sugar-coated giggle that only she could use to undermine someone without sounding cruel. "Emily, please, she's just jealous. I don't need to plan to look put together." People chuckled. Not because it was funny, because they didn't know what else to do. And Jenna leaned into the moment like she'd been waiting all night for it. "She gets so competitive," Jenna added, flipping her hair. "But it's okay. Not everyone can be the center of attention." I felt every word like a tap on an old bruise. But I didn't say anything. Not then. I just walked to the kitchen quietly, pretending the heat in my chest was from carrying trays. A few minutes later, a grandmother who saw everything followed me. "Ignore her," she whispered. "Those who shine the loudest sometimes have the darkest corners." I didn't know what she meant. Not yet. The night continued with speeches and laughter, but I couldn't let go of Jenna's words. It wasn't just the insult. It was the confidence behind it. She truly believed she was above me. She always had. Growing up, she was the favorite. The one who got new dresses on holidays while I wore hand-me-downs. The one our parents bragged about to relatives. The one who deserved more because she was sensitive and needed encouragement. Meanwhile, I was told I was strong, independent, the kind of girl who didn't need praise. But everyone needs something. Even I did. After dinner ended, I stepped outside to breathe. That's when I heard voices around the corner. Jenna's and someone else's. A man. Not her husband. I froze, hidden by the shadowed edge of the patio. The voices were low, hurried, intimate. "Stop texting me during family events." Jenna whispered sharply. "You ignored me for 3 days?" the man replied. "Do you know how that feels?" "I told you I'm working on things with Tyler," she hissed. "You can't just show up here." "You said you wanted to leave him," the man pressed. "You said you loved me." My stomach dropped. Not a fair, not a rumor, not an assumption, not a misunderstanding, her secret. The one that was going to fall apart. I didn't move until they walked in opposite directions, her back inside with that perfect social smile. Him slipping away through the side gate. I stood in the cool night air, heart pounding as the puzzle pieces rearranged themselves. The glitter, the confidence, the belittling. It wasn't arrogance. It was distraction. She mocked me to keep attention off herself. The next morning, my phone buzzed with messages from relatives. "Jenna said you got emotional last night. She said you're going through things. She thinks you're jealous of her." Happiness. I felt heat rise in my chest. Jealous of her happiness. The same happiness she was sneaking around behind. The same life she was desperately trying to keep from falling apart. I didn't reply, but I decided something then. I wouldn't protect her lie. I wouldn't expose her either. I just wouldn't carry her image on my shoulders anymore. 2 weeks later, my parents hosted a brunch. Everyone was there. And of course, Jenna walked in late again, talking loudly on the phone, laughing like her life was flawless. When she saw me, she gave me that same sugary smile. "There's my jealous sister," she announced. "Still mad about the other night?" I finally looked straight at her. "No," I said calmly, "but maybe you should stop worrying about me and worry about who you were talking to behind the house at Lily's dinner." The room froze. Jenna's face went white. My mother blinked. My father lowered his newspaper. Even her husband, Tyler, sitting right beside her, slowly lifted his head. "What? What are you talking about?" She stammered. "You know exactly what I'm talking about," I said softly. "The man waiting by the patio. The one you promised you'd leave Tyler for?" Tyler's chair scraped back. Jenna shook her head violently. "You're lying. This is exactly what I meant. She's jealous. She wants to ruin my life." I didn't raise my voice. I didn't argue. I simply held her gaze. "If I wanted to ruin your life," I said, "I would have told Tyler that night." Stud told me what?" Jenna swallowed, blinking fast. Panic rising like a tide. And then her secret fell apart. Not because I said anything else. Because her phone sitting right there, on the table, vibrated with a message from the man. Tyler saw the name. Not a family member. Not a coworker. Just a first name he didn't recognize. He picked up her phone. Read the preview. Then he looked at her as if the person in front of him was someone he'd never seen before. "Is this true?" he whispered. Jenna's lip trembled. Her hand shook. "Tyler, please. Let me explain." But the room wasn't waiting for explanations. It was waiting for the truth. And the truth had arrived on its own. My mother covered her mouth. My father closed his eyes in shame. My grandmother gave me a subtle nod, not of victory, but of relief. Jenna had used me as her shield for years. Each insult, each mockery. Each jealous sister rumor was her attempt to keep attention off her own mistakes. But secrets don't stay hidden forever. Tyler walked out of the house quietly, and Jenna sank into her chair, no strength left in her legs. Her glittering confidence had dissolved like cheap mascara under rain. I walked over to her silently. I wasn't jealous, said gently, just tired. She looked up at me, eyes red. For the first time in our lives, she didn't look like the golden child. She didn't look like the girl who always won. She looked human. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I shouldn't have said those things." "I know," I replied softly. "But now you know why I didn't fight back. There was never anything to be jealous of." She nodded slowly, absorbing each word like it was the first truth she'd heard in years. Families don't break from secrets. They break from silence around those secrets. And for the first time, Jenna had to sit with her own truth without blaming it on me. As I walked out that day, I didn't feel triumphant. I didn't feel victorious. I felt free. Not because her secret fell apart, but because it wasn't mine to carry anymore.